Feuerbacher the snap. Feels some pressure from his blind side. Norton brings him down with an Oak Star Bank play to bank on. Gabe Norton does it again.
That was completely and totally blindsided from behind. Gabe wrapped him up and drove him down.
Been told the YouTube broadcast should be back. If you are watching, you can find us YouTube on our YouTube app and everywhere else. Big play by Gabe Norton. Second down, 17. Feuerbacher the snap. Here comes Jefferson with some pressure, and he's going down again. DeMott to finish him off. Jefferson, DeMott, and Balderas with the pressure.
What a big game by Joshua Balderas. So important to get a pass rush with three guys. He's been one of many to get in there. At that time, he makes it home. Brings them third down at 22. Tie ball game, 29-29. Overtime. Bob Shore Stadium. I'm losing my voice.
Third down and long here. Third down and 21 for Glendale.
This crowd is finally on their feet.
It took overtime to get there. Operating from the right hash. Feuerbacher steps up. He's going to lob one over the middle. He's got a man in it. It's caught for a touchdown. Unbelievable. On 3rd and 21, Glendale converts. Incredible. And this building is shocked.
Stunned, one might say. But yeah, that shows the talent of Feuerbacher and this Glendale offense, the ability to put the ball in the air. Now Glendale's going to take their 20th timeout of the night. Talk things over here.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, again, Glendale has a lot of different tricks up their sleeve. They have options here for this 2-point conversion. Because this is a tricky situation here for the Lakers and for Glendale. Because Glendale, you think Glendale probably goes for two. That just is the tendency of the way they kind of run things, kind of their philosophy. But that's a big risk here too, because the Lakers are pretty. The last block field goal notwithstanding, the Lakers are pretty consistent with their special teams. So you go for two here and you do not convert, then the Lakers don't simply have to score a touchdown. I say simply, scoring a touchdown is never an easy proposition, but all you have to do at that point is score a touchdown and then kick that extra point and you win this ball game. But conversely, if Glendale comes up with the 2-point conversion, it forces Camdenton to not only score the touchdown, but score their own 2-point conversion just to send this thing into a second overtime. They're going to come out with a swinging gate look.
Glendale going for the 2-point conversion. And again, Camdenton gets the ball. They're down 6 here, but they're going to have a chance. But wow, I don't know if it's any more deflating than watching a 3rd and 21 fly over your head for a touchdown. Out of the swinging gate, going for 2. Feuerbacher. High snap, looks left, throws left. And it's going to be Dieters with a 2-point conversion, and Glendale leads by 8. We'll step aside. Lakers get the ball here in overtime next. It's Camdenton Laker football powered by Polylive Boat Lifts. 93.5 rocks the lake and KRMS TV.
Welcome to Top Deck, your lake area's #1 resource for your deck life. We offer top quality products for sale and installation, polymer and composite decking. Top Deck is your
property damages, lost lives.
A veteran-owned company, A&M Outdoor Sales offers a large selection of high-quality, durable skid steer attachments at an affordable price. From pallet forks to forestry mulchers, they have the attachment you need to get your job done quickly and efficiently.
Hi, I'm Andrew with A&M Outdoor Sales. My goal is to offer you the highest quality and most affordable attachments. Check out our website, amoutdoorsales.com. Proudly selling American-made skid steer attachments, because that's what I am, American-made.
And I don't even know what to compare it to. It ain't over yet. Lakers Down by 8. Cam Durnin will take snaps at the quarterback here. First overtime, Lakers down by 8. Durnin rolling right. Now rolls back to his left, and he goes down and loses 2, maybe 3 yards, brought down by McTeague, who's played a great ball game tonight.
Yeah, that was developing into a little bit of an opportunity to get to the outside there, but just couldn't make the cut back behind his lineman to get to the edge there. So now Bear comes back out as your quarterback.
Shut me down again.
Yep. Second down and 13. Bear sets up the tunnel screen with some space. It closed up in a hurry and dropped. You thought there might be a little more room there for Reese.
Yeah, oftentimes on that tunnel, you're trying to, stretch the team more horizontally, and he credit to him, he turns upfield in a hurry, but that's turned up into some tacklers.
Third down and 7. Bear the low snap. Has time. Now feels a little pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking downfield. Tucks it at the 20. Bear to the 15. Cut back right. And he's dropped. He's got a butcher shot first down if there isn't a flag.
I don't see one, but yeah, that keeps it.
Those linemen were busy up there, guys. They certainly were. And you just got to make sure that you didn't hold anybody. And they didn't, and they gave the Lakers the opportunity to keep the drive alive.
Okay, back to Cam as the trigger man here.
On 1st and 10, inside the Pacific Pools red zone. Fake the handoff, Durnin right up the middle. Cam Durnin for a touchdown. And the Lakers now will go for 2 to try and force a double OT. And Luke?
And boom go a firework at Jaws of Death Stadium.
And again, to reiterate, an undefeated season on the line. Durnin stays in at quarterback.
Interesting.
To force a second OT. Durnin the snap. Cam will keep it running right. Cam looking for the goal line. He is stopped short. And the Lakers' undefeated season comes to an end. They are shocked by this Glendale team tonight. 37-35 in overtime. The Lakers' regular season record is 8-1. They will share the Ozark Conference title with Lebanon. Unbelievable ball game. The Falcons are the winners. We'll step aside. Post-game show is coming up next. You don't want to go anywhere. It's Camdenton Laker football, powered by Poly Live Boatless, 93.5 Rocks the Lake, and KRMS TV.
Property damages, lost lives, horrible losses caused by floods can be minimized or prevented. Drips LLC believes the best way to prevent human suffering is through a fast and simple, stress-free barrier system. One 5-connected bag system replaces 750 regular sandbags and can be set up and filled in place by 2 men in less than 10 minutes. That's 200 times faster deploy than regular sandbags. Not only are our Big Bags USA barrier systems easy to lengthen and stack, but they conform to all types of terrain. Now is the time to implement a cost-saving, efficient deployment barrier plan and method. It's never too early to be prepared. Request a free quote today by calling 800-337-0537.
The convenience of it is what makes it awesome. Use the boat twice as much.
I've had these touchless covers for about 3 years now. I have them on all 3 boats here on the dock.
We don't have to constantly clean spiders off of our boats.
I'm able to come out by myself, raise them up, put them back down. They've made all the difference for me.
Up and go Lakers!
Let's review tonight's action. The first game is sponsored by Ellerman Roofing, a division of Concord. Now back to the field with Brendan, Luke, and KB.
It is the Ellerman Roofing postgame show. Ellerman Roofing, a division of Kimescore. Brendan Matthews, Luke Hagedorn inside the Kenny Carroll Excavating broadcast booth. And just a stunning result here as Glendale upsets the Lakers in overtime, 37-35. Camdenton scores in overtime, but they can't convert the 2 points and lose by 2. The good news is, and it's tough to find it here in this very moment, the good news is the season isn't over. As we mentioned a time or two tonight, the Lakers have the number 1 seed in districts beginning next week. But understand, there's a very good chance this Glendale team could be coming back here in 2 weeks to play the Lakers. We need to check out the district standings tonight. Sammy and Luke will update you on Twitter, I would think, later on this evening. There's a chance Glendale moves up in the district standings to where maybe it's Springfield Central and Rolla duking it out. I'm not sure. But be that as it may, I just don't think we saw, Luke, a result like this coming tonight.
No, and credit to Glendale making plays when they needed to. Camdenton, really in the driver's seat most of the first half in this ball game, and Glendale never really gave up. And you know, with an offense like that there's no reason to give up because you can come back in any ball game. But it just goes to show a couple plays here and there can not go your way. Good news for the Lakers, as you said, the season isn't over. If you can take some positive out of this game, it's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers respond. We haven't seen, how do the Lakers respond to a loss? We haven't seen that yet out of this version of the Camdenton Lakers. How do they respond? They're going to have to sit on this loss for 2 weeks. That makes it a little bit tough.
It does.
It's a bitter taste in your mouth. So oftentimes in high school football, it's like, no matter what happens on a given Friday night, coaches say it all the time. You celebrate it or for one day and then you move on to the next game. In this case, after not losing a single game all season long, you're going to lose a game here at the end of the season, senior night, all those things, and now you got to go home and sit on it for 2 weeks. What do you do with those 2 weeks? Do you pout and become a shell and go into your shell, or do you get better? You evaluate yourself, take a deep look at yourself, your team, and what you can do to get better and improve. I think that's what the Lakers will do here, but it's going to be a little bit of a 2-week waiting period until we find out for sure how they react.
We're going to go down to the field, and I think KB and the coach coming up here.
Oh, man. This is a game, you and I talked a little bit about it ahead of time tonight, Parr, and kind of the game everybody'd like to forget. This is, I don't know that in one particular game we've seen so much in the way of just complete and total weirdness. The guys knew that Glendale would be tough. Glendale knew that they were the only ones that could, do something to discombobulate that undefeated season. How do you put this all together?
Well, you give them a lot of credit. They came out and executed in a lot of ways, did a good job on defense, limiting our big plays. And then offensively, they ran the ball just enough to cause us to come up, much like last week, And so they had a good game plan coming in, executed it very well. I felt like our guys played hard, and Coach Shore said that when we met. But, we just got to be better at all of our execution in all the phases of the game, in offense, defense, and special teams. And so, what can we take from this game? We can learn and we can improve. I didn't feel like we blocked very well up front for the entire game. At times we did, but we didn't do it as well as we need to. So I got to do a better job preparing those guys. And I think on defense we probably need to tackle better. They were just super slippery. And so we got the biggest thing right now is you can improve, because we have this next week to improve and be playing our best football as we go through.
A bye is tough because sometimes it means a good thing. Sometimes, there's a little rust that can settle in. But and understand me when I say sometimes a loss like this, going into what you guys are going in, is a good way to settle everybody down and get everybody kind of focused, because now we know that we're not 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
Right, yeah, and the pressure of an undefeated season, unfortunately that pressure's off of us. We want that pressure, but, And so really our focus now has to be becoming a better fundamental football team as we go through this next week. It's maybe less about the X's and O's and about the execution of blocking, tackling, running, throwing, catching, all the things that it takes to be successful. And that's going to be our focus as we go into this next week. So, I mean, that's football, and so we got to get focused back on that.
So you've got 2 weeks, so maybe you take a little time to go back and revisit some techniques.
Sure. You know, you always have to go back there, and sometimes you can make your biggest improvement after loss, like you said. And so that's what our focus needs to be. And you know, the other thing, and we mentioned it last week, is the energy that it takes to go and play and beat a good football team is a lot. And we spent a bunch of energy, you know, last week, and so we need to be able to bring that energy every week and understand that it's not always going to be from the crowd or from the rivalry or all those things, but we've got to be able to bring it ourselves, and it will be prepared for that.
Don't want to beat yourselves up. Don't want to play the blame game. You want to put this one behind you and understand what's coming up.
For sure, yeah. We got a giant part of our season. If we could say, you know, 4 months ago that we would be 8-1 and possibly all of the home games in our district, that we would say that's a great part to be in, and so that's where we're at. And unfortunately, tonight was, you know, super disappointing, and our guys are super disappointed. But you know, like Coach Shore says it almost every week, the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and we're going to be the Lakers still, and we're going to be able to come back on Monday and get better.
Coach, thanks so much for the time as always. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you here in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely a good opportunity, as we had talked about, for these guys maybe to get a little bit of focus. And I'm going to talk to Jeff here real quick about this. We've got in just a moment with you. I noticed when you got all the guys together in the huddle down here in the end zone, you kind of took the blame on yourself. And I guess, you know, in talking with Parr, there were some things that, you know, execution could have been better, blocking, tackling, all that good stuff. But, you know, as a coach, you know, that's a pretty big deal to kind of put it on yourself.
Hey, that's my fault tonight. Man, we get it down there in the, you know, I didn't call a very good game offensively. Number one, I did not do a good job. And, you know, as good as I felt like we did last week, I did bad this week. You know, I really did not. And I was just kicking myself on a couple of things there. You know, we get it down inside the one. There, we should have scored there. You know, to win the ball game right there. They should have never gone to overtime. And then, you know, Cam did a great job, made a great run down here to the touchdown. You know, and I didn't have a very good play call there at the end for the 2-point conversion. You know, so I thought we had them on the run. We didn't. You know, just a bad play call by me. So a couple of things there. You know, I just feel like we didn't coach a very good ball game, or I didn't. So kids played their guts out. You know, and I was super proud of them. Disappointing, but it's you know, coming into the game, I knew they were dangerous. You got to tip your cap to Glendale too. I mean, they played a heck of a game. You know, the quarterback played a heck of a game, and they made some big plays at times. We had some weird things happen. You know, just some odd things that didn't go our way, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. So, you know, we got to regroup and get over this one, and then the great thing is we got season left.
You certainly do, and you guys really cleaned up the penalties in the second half. That was something that was huge, and you could almost kind of say it maybe hindered your ability in the first half of this game.
It did. You know, we had too many penalties. They had a bunch first quarter, and we had a bunch of second quarter. So, once again, lesson learned. You know, we'll keep harping on that and figuring that out. But we did a better job second half. Like I said, I'm super proud of our kids. I got nothing but great things to say about our kids. They played really hard, and you know, played their guts out. It just didn't happen for us tonight. And like I said, you know, from a coaching standpoint, you always look at things you can do better, and you know, I'm going to make sure and do the best I can to, as good as we've done this year. I'm disappointed in the way this one went. You know, I'm disappointed in the way I coached it, and when you throw it out there on the line, sometimes it doesn't happen. Fortunately, it's happened a lot for us this year, but we're going to have to get over this one and move on.
You know, and I asked Coach Pitts this. I said, is a loss right here, right now, kind of not necessarily a bad thing, because it kind of gets everybody grounded, gets everybody focused, and makes you realize that you're not 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And so you put a little bit more emphasis. You don't want to point fingers. You don't want to play the blame game. You know what you got to do to get ready in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, 100%. No, yeah, I mean, you never want to lose one, but we'll try to draw some positives from it, obviously, and stick together. And probably the worst thing is we don't have a game next week. You know what I mean? To kind of get that bad taste in your mouth. So that's the only hard part about it. But that is what it is there. But we were a little beat up tonight. Bear coming into the game was not full speed. He had several different things going on with him, and so we were a little beat up. But that's not an excuse. That's just the fact. So I think this week off will help us get healed up. Parkman looked like he was okay. Came back in and played, so that was good. We'll use it to heal up and just stick together. Our kids are great character kids, and we'll stick together and just try to get this thing going back the right way. Unfortunately, we got more season.
Absolutely, Jeff. Thanks for your time as always.
Appreciate it.
And we'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks. So a lot of different factors, guys, and I think that was kind of the feel all night long. Is it this atmosphere? Everything about it was just weird. And I said early on, Glendale noticed that there was a big 0 under the L, and they knew that there was a possibility that they could come in and be that one team that left the blemish on the Lakers' record for the undefeated season. And that's basically all people were talking about, the opportunity, the potential for the Lakers to have an undefeated season and be the hands-down champs. And so you lose one. So what do you take away from this? Like I said, I don't necessarily think a loss is a bad thing. I actually think it kind of gets these guys a little bit more focused, gets them to a point where, you know what, okay, we understand now we can lose, but we've got some much bigger games ahead of us, regardless of the fact that they ended the regular season 8-1. They have some life left in them. There is still a heartbeat there, and we've seen the resiliency of this squad on a number of different occasions. So what you do is you take some time to regroup, you think about it a little bit, maybe you work on some of the basics, some of the technique, and then you just go out there and get them, and all bets are off. I want to say thanks to Lensmart Optical yet again for the opportunity to do these sideline reports. Thank you so much to the good folks at HMI Fireplace Shop for sponsoring the Mancavs. Thanks to you boys up at the booth. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, KB. Great job down there. Lensmart Optical, HMI Fireplace Shop. We've got stats, scoreboard, pork chop coming up. But let's get to your Stover Carpet and Drapery highlights, folks. This is how it all unfolded tonight. An overtime, wild ball game that Glendale wins and ends the Lakers' attempt at an undefeated season. Here you go. 4th and 8. Bear again wants to throw deep. This time Hewlett is open over the middle. It's caught inside the 5. Dives for the goal line. A touchdown. From 40 yards out, Shore to Hewlett. And the Lakers are on the board first. 11:09 to go in the first. Fierbacher rolls right now. Cuts it back left. Looking end zone. Has time. Lobs it up there for grabs. And it's picked. Intercepted. Mellencamp. Flags fly in everywhere in the end zone. Let's wait for the call. Bear will throw over the middle, waited, and hooks up with Hayes Hewlett. Turns it upfield. Hayes dives for the goal line. Touchdown. Second touchdown of the night for Hayes Hewlett. Ball came out in the end.
That should be a flag right there.
There should be another penalty, no doubt, as Glendale thought they recovered the fumble. Furbacher drops back. Has time. Now feels some pressure from his blind side, and he's going down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. That was DeMott, I think, again, who's playing a nice ball game here tonight for this Laker defense. They're Shore in 1st and goal. Rolls and fires into the end zone.
Tough guy.
Touchdown. Jabari Stewart on senior night with a touchdown grab, and the Lakers go up 20-0. A minute 38 to go in the first. Second down here for Glendale. First play of the second quarter. Deep down the seams, bobbled and caught for a Glendale touchdown. What a fortuitous deflection. Glendale cashes in for 6. That is Alex Clifford, and the Falcons are on the board. This time it's a QB draw, and there is Jefferson to wrangle him and bring him down. How about big number 4, Caden Jefferson with the stop. Forward in motion. Fake it to him. Throw underneath to Hayes Hewlett. And then gives up the football, and it's picked up going the other way. The Falcons down the sideline. Bear Shore with the touchdown saving tackle. I think that's going to stand.
It is. It happened right in front of me.
2nd and goal from the 13-yard line, operating from the left hash. Feuerbacher will throw for the end zone, and it's intercepted. Reese Waters with the pick, and the Lakers get it back and avoid going down by a full touchdown.
What a big-time play by the senior, number 31, Reese Waters, coming up huge when the Laker defense needed it the most.
It is a QB draw. Makes a man miss, and he's in for 6. Bear Shore gives the Lakers the lead back with 30 seconds to play in the first. 27-22 the score. Feuerbacher calls his own number, and Nort wrangles him down.
Yeah, he just enveloped the quarterback on that one. Just all of a sudden, he's like the blob, and he's all around him, grabs him to the ground.
Feuerbacher high snap, a little push behind him. I think he's short.
Spot is what will determine it.
That's it. 4th down stop for the Laker defense.
What a defensive stand by the Purple Haze. Backs against the wall.
Snap good, hold good, and the kick is blocked, and we might just go to overtime. Feuerbacher steps up. He's going to lob one over the middle. He's got a man in it. It's caught for a touchdown. Unbelievable. On 3rd and 21, Glendale converts. Fake the handoff, turning right up the middle. Cam Durnin for a touchdown. And the Lakers now will go for 2 to try and force a double OT. Comes to an end. They are shocked by this Glendale team tonight. 37-35 in overtime. The Lakers' regular season record is 8-1. They will share the Ozark Conference title with Lebanon. Folks, there you go, your Stover Carpet and Drapery highlights. And we condensed a 4+ hour game into 4 minutes. And the game-winning touchdown there, by the way, was Wyatt Andrews, who plays just, I got to tell you, folks, Cole Feuerbacher, this guy's a player. And he came tonight with a mission to come in here and stun the Ozark Conference and stun Missouri State High School football. This is the 3rd-ranked team in the state, folks, in Class 5. Francis Howell and Carthage, that's it. Those are the only 2 teams ahead of Camdenton. And Glendale, blanked by Lebanon about a month ago, comes in here and shocks. You just never, ever know. That's why they play the games, a wise man once said, Luke. And it would blast to watch. I hope everybody, it gave you some entertainment for 4 hours tonight, but it doesn't go the way Laker fans wanted.
Yeah, and Feuerbacher and Evans still down on the field. The last 2 players of any sort, Camdenton or Glendale, still down there enjoying, talking things over, enjoying on senior night, their own senior night here at Camdenton.
Well, let's get to the stats brought to you by Econo Live Boat Lift. There's a lot to go over, Luke.
Yeah, the Lakers ran the ball 27 times for just 76 yards, while Glendale ran the ball 45 times for 103 yards. Through the air, the Lakers had 213 yards. Glendale had 226 yards. Camdenton did that on 19 passes. Of course, that 1 interception. Glendale did it on completed 26 passes on 37 attempts with 2 interceptions. Let's see here. Bear Shore ran the ball 18 times for 53 yards. Cam ran at 6 for 18. Reese ran at 1 for 3. Bear Shore was 18-29, 1 interception. He had 213 yards. And Reese Waters had 4 catches for 66. Hayes had 3 for 57. Cam had 5 for 49. And Jabari had 7 for 41. So really good job about spreading that ball around. But just nobody really stands off the page as a big-time performer in a game where you just thought you were going to see a lot of fireworks. And, of course, anytime we play Glendale, whatever we think is going to happen, just like, that's...
Did you say Feuerbacher's numbers there? Did you have them? I'm just curious because he was unbelievable and a chance for us to give him a.
Well, he ran the ball 41 times for 106 yards. Yeah.
Wow. Not a great average, but.
No, let's see here. Rushing attempts yards, 41 for 106, yeah.
Passing yards?
And then for passing, he was 26 for 37, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. And that big one at the end of it.
Seems like he threw for more than 2.
Yeah. I got 2 interceptions. That must be in here. This stat sheet's a little weird in the old one we used to have, but yeah, let's see here. 3 of them.
Okay. Well, he was awesome. And we're not going to give him the pork chop, but that kid and Andrews, their receiver, played a whale of a ball game. Your econo lift, boat lift stats here for tonight. 4 touchdown passes, and the game winner in overtime, or proved to be the game-winning 2-point conversion. We should say that's the game winner. Lakers would score a touchdown and couldn't convert the 2 to force a double OT. Sammy Stava standing by. Final time here in the regular season. He has got a look inside the BG Tree Service Score Center. Sammy, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Brendan. I got kind of a little Ozark Conference roundup to finish the regular season. Number 5 Lebanon, 42-14 winners over Rolla to finish the regular season 8-1. Kickapoo was 12-7 winners over Bolivar. The Chiefs finished with a record of 7-2 to finish the regular season. West Plains beat Waynesville 43-18. So your top 4 in the Ozark Conference look like Camdenton, Lebanon, Kickapoo, West Plains. And locally, Osage beats Versailles by the score of 52-0 to finish with 6 wins in a row. I believe that earns them the number 2 seed in their Class 3 District 6 playoffs. Yep. And I do want to buy as well. And I do want to mention Parkview won tonight against Hillcrest, snapping a 33-game losing streak.
Wow. Well, good for Parkview.
40-33 Parkview over Hillcrest from the BG Tree Service Score Center. I'm Sammy Stava. Guys, bye week next week. We'll see.
We'll do it again in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Absolutely. Sammy, thank you so much inside our BG Tree Service Score Center. It's time for the Golden Pork Chop, brought to you by the Butcher Shop. And again, something else to remember about this game. Lakers led 21-0.
Yeah.
Something else we kind of, it seems like ages ago, but that's how this thing started. We thought it was going to be another potential runaway. It doesn't work out that way, but Luke, KB mentioned some possible candidates for the Butcher Shop, Golden Pork Shop. Where do you go?
How about Balderas? Joshua Balderas.
I think it's a good call.
Putting pressure on from that defensive line position. He didn't play he's not one of those guys that plays both ways, and he doesn't even play all the defensive snaps. But the snaps he was in there, he made an impact, and you like to see that out of a junior with a team that's so heavily reliant on their senior class. Anytime anybody with a less than 12 behind their name makes a play, you like to see it.
And another, the Lakers get those 2 sacks in overtime. They force second down and then third down and 21. And it was on 3rd and 21 where they convert the touchdown and end up winning the ball game by 2. 37-35. Glendale ends the Lakers' attempt at a regular season. Camdenton 8-1. Glendale, to their credit, 6-3. Folks, this has been the Ellerman Roofing post-game show. You deal with the owner personally, and he oversees your commercial or residential project. 573-348-3553. What a ball game for my partner, Luke Hagedorn, for KB on the sideline, Sammy Stava in the BG Tree Service Score Center, Mike Anthony back in Osage Beach, all the fine youngsters in the LCTC bringing you the broadcast tonight. For all of our folks, CJ and Matt and Ned back at KRMS TV Central. I'm Brendan Matthews saying so long for now, folks. Let's hope this is just a taste of some fun football coming up over the next month right here at the JOD. I say so long for now from Camdenton. Lakers lose 37-35 in overtime. Good night, everyone.
Camdenton. Lakers.
Good night. Thanks.